Chad Wolf joins me. Chad, nothing changes. We've got an extra 1 million people in the country just this calendar year. We don't know who they are. We don't know where they are. Nothing changes, Chad. That's really not acceptable, is it?
It's absolutely unacceptable. Look, you have a strategy by this administration that continues to see these numbers increase month over month over month, right? So this month, the month of May was higher than the month of April, which was higher than the month of March. All of those were record-setting months at the end of the day. And so if you go back historically and you look at which months you actually saw more than 200,000 illegal apprehensions. Before the Biden administration, it was 1 month. During the Biden administration, we're at 5 months. So I think it's very clear that the root causes of this illegal migration have to do with the policies of this administration alone. And nothing's going to change. That's why you continue to see these numbers month after month after month, because it's predictable. It's predictable what's going to happen on that border if you try to cross illegally. More than likely, you will be released into the United States.
But it's more than just the border. This is changing our whole society. Yeah. If you have 300,000 illegal migrants coming into this country every single month, month after month, year after year, you've changed our society without our permission. You've done this to us. That's the way I see it.
I think that's right. But it's also putting an immense amount of stress on a lot of different, public systems, right? So whether it's the education system, where you see all these minors going into communities all across the country. Look, they're going to public schools. What does that do to the teacher resources there? What does it do to your healthcare system? Majority of these folks do not have insurance. So they're going to show up at the local emergency room when they get a cold or when they're sick. What does it do to the public infrastructure? And the list goes on and on and on. These are having real-world effects on communities across this country. It doesn't just happen and stay on the border. What we know is it's affecting every community, right? And we haven't even talked about the illegal narcotics coming across the border and the fentanyl crisis that's facing this country today, because we have an open border, because these are the same cartels that are smuggling people across the border are smuggling these drugs at record numbers.
I'd like to know what you think about Department of Homeland Security will soon be punishing those border agents who were, I think, falsely accused of whipping Haitian migrants last September. The agents are going to get hit, are expected to get hit, with administrative violations. Where's the justice here, Chad?
This is one of the most appalling things I think I've seen since I left the department. These agents on horseback did absolutely nothing wrong. They were sent there by their superiors to enforce the law and to make sure that individuals could not cross that border illegally. And as soon as they did their job, well, guess what? The president, the vice president, and the secretary started defaming them and really started to talk negatively about them. And so you now have an administration who won't just say, I'm sorry, we rushed to judgment. I apologize to you. They're now trying to have to save face somehow, and now you're talking about administrative violations. I'm not even sure what that is at the end of the day. I think the American people see through this. The American people see that these agents did their job, and that they were criticized wrongly for doing their job at the end of the day. Look, the administration doesn't want those agents doing their job. And so when you see those visuals, they're going to come down hard on them.
You see, I've asked you this question before. Why is this going on? It seems like it's deliberate. It seems like they absolutely will not close that border. And I don't understand why, because it's political suicide. Give me 30 seconds on that, can you?
It's 100% deliberate. They keep talking about how they're executing on a plan. And for 15 months now, we see what their plan is. And we see it's astronomically, it's historically high illegal apprehension numbers. They won't they won't make the tough decisions and put policies in place that actually work, that actually deter this type of behavior, that actually holds individuals accountable for breaking the law. They have the numbers just like I do on the number of people that do not qualify for asylum, that will never qualify for asylum, and yet they're putting their blinders on and allowing these individuals into the country, knowing that the vast majority will never show up to their court cases. So it's absolutely deliberate at the end of the day. And it's a wrong approach for our country.
Well said. Thanks for coming on the show, Chad. Always good stuff, and we appreciate it. Thanks very much indeed.
All right.